Hi, I'm Lorna and welcome to my yoga channel here on YouTube. Today I invite you to roll out your yoga mat and join me for a slow flow sequence full of delicious movements for your physical body and lots of opportunity for you to turn inwards and explore what's going on in your mind as well. Today I want you to be okay with doing less. Judgment arises when we think we need to do more, and I'm reminded of a Thich Nhat Hanh quote I read recently. As I breathe in, I calm my mind, I calm my body. As I breathe out, I smile. I want you to use this mantra as your anchor throughout the practice today. And whenever you feel yourself forcing or pushing and trying to make something happen in your body, tell yourself, I'm okay with doing less today. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that every time a new video goes live, you are the first to know. As the channel grows, I can continue to support your practice at home with more free classes, talks and resources. So pull on those comfy yoga pants, leave your judgment at the door, and I will see you on the mat. Come to the floor sitting on your knees, using a cushion, a block, a couple of rolled up blankets to raise the hips a little bit higher than the knees, allowing your pelvis to find the right alignment in order that you can lengthen the spine and find space between the pelvis and the ribs, the shoulders and the ears. Close your eyes if it feels good to do so, and roll your shoulders a couple of times. We begin today taking a few moments to just turn inwards, to settle onto your mat, to shut out the outside world. Forget about the things that have happened in the day, the things that you think are going to happen in the future. Just lay them all down. Take your awareness to your breath, down into your belly. Feel the movement of air as you inhale and exhale. Notice where your breath's coming from. Does it feel like it's all very shallow up in the top part of your lungs, or can you feel it all the way down to the base of your spine? This practice is all about non-judgment. So remember that there's no right or wrong in what you're doing. It's just an exploration, an opportunity to become curious. Notice if your breath is moving easily, freely, or if there's any part that feels a little bit sticky or tight. Finding those spots, ask yourself, what do I need to do in order to allow my breath to move more freely? What can I let go of to release any tension? Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, just allow the breath to fall to the floor without effort or strain. On your next inhale, prepare to move, opening the eyes, taking the palms to the floor in front of you, just leaning forward a little. And you can shift your weight as you tuck the toes under and pivot to a squat position. Now, it's not important whether your heels touch the floor at this point, and you don't want to force your heels down towards the floor, but rather allow your hips, your butt to become super heavy, to draw you downwards. You can use your block, your cushion, for a little bit of leverage to lengthen through the upper body here. And just keep thinking heavy, heavy, heavy from the waist down, light and lifted from the waist upwards. Take a breath in. Maybe you can notice millimeter by millimeter your heels get a little bit closer to the floor. But again, remember, this is not about what you think you should do or what you know your body used to be able to do. This is about where you are right now. No judgment, no right or wrong. Just simply accepting this is who I am today. Continue to focus on your breath. You can pop your cushion, your block to one side with your fingertips coming down to the floor. You're going to raise your hips up as you press the heels down into the floor. Keep your knees bent. Let your belly rest on the shelf that you make with your thighs. Your head can sink down to the floor. Feel the heaviness as your head draws downward, lengthening through the spine. You can almost feel the decompression of each vertebra as gravity takes over, drawing you down into the floor. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, keeping the knees bent, rounding the spine, draw your arms, your hands upwards, rolling hips, waist. The head and neck stays heavy until you find your way all the way up to an upright position, standing tall. Take a moment to check in with your feet. Make sure that you're grounded and rooted down into the floor. Turn your toes slightly towards one another and press through the feet as if your feet are glued to the mat. Pressing through the feet, feel that spiral of energy working its way up through your legs, all the way into your butt and your belly, drawing you upwards, forcing you to stand tall. All of your joints stacking one on top of the other. So once again, there's no strain, there's no effort here. It just feels good. It feels quite powerful, doesn't it, to stand in this position. Point your fingertips down to the floor, tuck your thumbs next to your first finger and hold here. Take a breath in and release. Swimming your arms out to the sides, interlace your fingers. If I turn to the side, press your palms together and slide your hands down your back as if you're sort of sliding them down your butt. Opening the shoulders. Try not to push your chest forward and arch your back, but rather keep hugging the ribs in and around your body like a corset. And you're really just opening from the shoulders. If you can't keep the palms together in this position, that's okay. You can let them flop out. If you can try and push them together and maybe don't put the knuckles down towards the floor quite so much, you'll feel more of an opening through the shoulders. And just holding, feel that stretch, feel your belly powerful, drawing back towards your spine, your ribs hugging around the body. Shoulder blades are sliding down the back and together. You can feel that squeeze into the shoulder blades. Taking a breath and releasing. Continuing to hold with the fingers interlaced. Take your left ear and just sink it towards the left shoulder. Keep drawing the palms downwards, the knuckles pointing down towards the floor. Feel that stretch into the right side of the neck. Let your chin tuck down towards your chest, rocking your head over to the right side. So right ear now comes to the right shoulder. Hold, feel that stretch through the left side, and then rolling again. We're going to move really slowly here, paying attention to all the parts that feel super sticky. You might notice some sensation under the shoulder blades, maybe to the sides of the neck. So much to be aware of here. Keep your shoulders relaxed, at the same time creating a little bit of tension by letting the knuckles sink down towards the floor. One more time over to the right side, rolling gently. Holding here. Take a breath in and out. Bring your head back to center, release your hand, giving yourself a little hug. So you can wrap your arms all around your body, maybe tilt the chin down towards the chest. Feel the warmth of your palms reaching around to your shoulder blades. Just feel the weight of your arms hugging around your body. And then as you inhale, extend the arms out to the side and then swap them over. So they're the opposite way, and just give yourself a little hug once again. Maybe just swaying from side to side, a little bit of motion here. Feels quite good. It's like being a kid, isn't it? Just give yourself a well-deserved hug. And release as you exhale. the arms down, coming to the front of your mat. Make sure that your feet are about hip distance apart. We're going to take an inhale, reaching the arms upwards. And as you reach down, bend the knees, allowing your back to lengthen, reaching the crown of the head all the way forward, sinking your hips back, drawing your hands down to the floor. Let your head get heavy, the back opening, space between each of the vertebrae. You can hold on to the heels, you can press your fingers into the mat. Find what feels good here, but keep your knees bent, keep them soft so that you've got length through the upper body. Taking a breath in, breathing out, an invitation to perhaps move a little deeper into the position. On your next inhale, reaching your hands to the back of the legs, allow your hands to slide up as you raise your torso upwards, keeping the knees bent at this point. Press your palms to your knees, open your shoulders and lengthen through your back. So you're pushing your hips away from you. And just open into this flat back position. It might be a little bit higher for you to do this. It might be a little bit lower. You might even hold on to the backs of the thighs. It's going to be different for everyone. Taking a breath in, feeling that lengthening. And as you breathe out, just allow your hands to slide over the backs of the thighs, the back of the knees, the calves, down to the heels. Feel the warmth of your palms sliding across your legs. Let your head become heavy. Take a breath in and out. Pressing your fingertips to the mat, you're going to step your left leg behind you. Stepping the left leg behind you. Let that left knee drop down to the floor, coming to a low lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. You're going to take a hold of your left wrist in your right hand. Inhale as you exhale, lean to the right side. A little tug on that wrist, stretching into the left side of the body. Keep your hips heavy, sinking downwards. And just notice that delicious stretch inside of your body. Release as you inhale, exhale, hands coming forward, tuck the toes of the left foot, raising your left knee away from the floor and then stepping forward with bent knees, belly to thighs, sink the head down to the floor. Take a breath in and out. As you inhale, slide your hands along the back of the legs as you raise your upper body once again. Coming to that flat back position, you're just keeping those knees bent still, opening, leaning the torso forward. Keep pushing your hips behind you as you reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, sliding the hands along the backs of the legs again. Doesn't it feel wonderful to be in contact with your body, to feel your muscles, to feel your skin, your flesh? How often do we spend time doing this? Not often enough. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to step your right foot behind you. Stepping back, let the right knee sink to the floor. Reaching your arms up once again. This time you're going to take the right wrist in your left hand. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, leaning over to the left side. Feel the stretch through the right side of your body. Take a breath in and out. Keep the hips heavy. Keep pressing down through that back leg. Inhale, coming back to center. Bring the arms down, palms to the floor. Tuck the right toes as you raise the right knee. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, stepping forward, finding that little shelf with your thighs. Head coming down towards the floor. Can you feel the space and the length throughout your spine? Take a breath in. This time as you travel the hands along the backs of the legs, maybe noticing if you can straighten your legs a little as you lengthen into your flat back. Keep your chin tucked down to your chest. Push your hips away from you. You can even take your thumbs to the hips and just give them a little press, a little roll. Stretch out and make space. Take a breath in as you breathe out, bending the knees, sliding the hands along the backs of the legs, all the way down to the heels, lengthening once more. Taking a breath in and out. This time bringing the palms to the floor. You're going to step your right foot behind you and then your left foot. Bending the knees, press through your palms, make sure your fingers are wide on the mat. Send your hips up towards the ceiling, your belly back towards your thighs. Feeling the stretch through your whole body. Shoulders are drawn away from the ears, so you've got length in your neck. Keep sending your hips upwards. With the knees bent, you can get your back into the correct position. Take a big breath in, paddling the feet. Playing with twisting the hips. Keep lengthening through the spine, coming up onto the toes and gently sinking the heels down towards the floor. Opening your body piece by piece. Take an inhale, look between your hands. Just step your left hand more to the center, raising your left leg away from the floor. Bend your knee and step it forward so that it comes to the outside of your left hand. Turning your back foot to about 45 degrees, pressing the sole of the foot into the floor. You can either keep your fingertips on the floor here and come into a side stretch, but I want you to be aware. Don't listen to ego. Don't listen to what you think you should be doing. Listen to what your body needs. So right now, it may be that you need to just rest your left elbow onto the knee and stretch this way. It may be that you need to use a block. It may be that you can put your fingers all the way down to the floor. For me today, I'm quite happy having my elbow on my knee. Reach your right arm up, stretching out, feeling that length through your whole body. Take a breath in and out. As you breathe out, the next exhale, you're going to windmill your arms up, coming to a warrior two position. Make sure that you're equal pressure on both the front foot and the back foot, holding here. Inhale, turn your front foot to face forward. Reach your arms up to a 5-pointed star. As you exhale, turn the front foot again, sinking into your warrior pose. Inhale, reach up. Then exhale, turn and sink. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, turn. Last one, inhale, reach up. And then keeping the biceps and the ears together, hinge at the hips, rolling forward, length through the spine, all the way forward. And then you can allow the arms to sink to the floor. Just raise your toes up away from the floor if you can. Let your body melt and just soften down into the floor. Pay attention to your knees. Make sure that you're not hyperextending into the knees. Keep them nice and soft. Lengthen through your spine. Big breath in and out. Reaching up and turn the feet, walking all the way to the other side of your mat, coming to forward fold with bent knees, hugging the backs of the legs, hugging the heels, maybe your elbows, your forearms can reach around to the calves. Feel the length in your spine. Feel how good it feels to just move for the sake of moving, without any agenda. Inhale, straightening the legs, reaching your flat back position. Push those hips away from you. Press into the knees, the shins, whatever feels good for you. To open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then exhale, sinking down. Fingertips to the floor. Take your right leg behind you. Take your left leg behind you. Hips raising up to the sky. Pedaling the feet. Feeling the length between the ears and the shoulders. Your hips pressing upwards. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide on the mat. You're not putting all of your weight into your wrists and your hands. Knees bent to find the alignment in your back. And then you can begin to straighten, sinking your heels down towards the floor. Take a breath in. This time raising the right leg away from the floor. You're going to step it to the outside of your right hand. Pivot on your back foot and find the position that feels good for you. Make sure that you're listening to your body, not what you think you should be doing, not what your ego says that you should do. So if that means raising your elbow up and resting it on your thigh, go ahead and do that. Reach your left arm up and overhead, keep the chest open, making one long line from foot to fingertips. Take a couple of breaths. And then we're going to take an inhale, preparing to move as you exhale, pushing yourself up to your warrior two, looking down the fingers of the right hand. Take a couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, turning the right foot, reaching your arms up to your 5-pointed star. Exhale, turning the foot, sinking into your warrior two. Inhale, reaching up, turning the foot. Exhale, sinking down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sink and soften into your warrior. Keep squeezing into those shoulder blades, looking strongly down the right hand. Inhale, coming up, holding. As you exhale, biceps and ears stay together, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Lengthen through your spine as much as you can before you allow the hands to come down to the floor. Maybe turning the feet out a little. Let your forearms come to the floor if they can. If not, grab a block, grab a cushion. Give yourself some support here. Be kind. This is what our practice is all about today. Fingertips to the floor. Begin to shift your weight from side to side, left and right. Just slowly increasing that stretch. There's no real end goal here. There's no intention other than just to feel movement. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. And if you can, sink your hips down towards the floor, coming into a squat position. Just make sure that you're lifting long through your torso, hips are heavy. You can use the palms to squeeze together. Take a breath here. And when you're ready, sink it down to your butt, crossing your legs. If you prefer, grab your cushion or block once more. Just raise your hips up a little bit higher than your knees. Fingertips are coming to the floor. Take a breath in and a big breath out. Begin to sway. Swaying from the center of your body. So you can feel that right into the space between the pelvis and the ribs. And as you begin to sway, notice that your head can follow, softly dancing from side to side, tilting forward, maybe bringing the palms to the floor in front of you. Feel your head becoming heavy as you shift from left to right, right to left. There's no rush here, there's no urgency. Just feel how good it feels for your head to be heavy and your body to sway from side to side. Begin to reduce the movement, smaller and smaller. Raising your torso up a little more each time. Keep the head heavy, the last part of you to come upright. As you begin to find some stillness, finding space between the pelvis and the ribs, the shoulders and the ears. Roll your shoulders, rolling them back and rolling them forward. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. You can place your palms to your knees or maybe turning the palms upwards. Just let the fingers curl gently into the center of each palm. Bend the elbows and notice once again, where's your breath coming from? How does it feel? Does it feel different than it did when you began 20 minutes ago? Can you feel that easy flow of inhale and exhale? Lengthening through the spine, lifting the crown of the head all the way up to the ceiling. And you can stay here now as long as it feels good. Stay in this moment, stay in this non-judgmental frame of mind. There's just you on your yoga mat, you and your breath. Nothing else matters. Nothing else is getting in the way of what you're doing right now. When you're ready to move from the mat, move slowly and with purpose, and take this non-judgment out into the world with you for the remainder of your day.